Yo, what's up guys? My name is Kwasa and today we are back with another video. Um, I think I'm recording this video around 1 a.m. in the night. I felt hungry, so I was coming from somewhere and I bought milk and bread. So that's what we're going to eat. But let me see, what did I do today? Today I woke up, did some work, then and I went to the gym. Thursday, it was leg day, and then we did leg day. Um, but the video that I've been wanting to share, uh, something that I've been wanting to talk about, that I think I've been struggling with, is something called existential loneliness, whereby, because now after university, I found myself living alone, staying on my own, because I don't live with my family. I haven't lived with my family ever since I joined law school. And I have watched many videos about different people talking about spending time with yourself, they are being alone for some time, and people saying that it helps you to discover who you really are, because most times when you're not alone, like you're doing things, you're doing stuff, you never get to think about most things. And sometimes I think it's a good thing, because if you struggle with mental health issues, I've heard of people saying that depression or these mental health issues, they cannot get to you if you're always moving and moving. I was watching a video from one of the vlogs from Chris Williamson, where he talks about that every time you slow down, um, you're faced with these existential questions that you never have to ask yourself. I never thought about most of the things I asked myself when I was younger, and my roommate Gerard, is my roommate who will be my roommate for like the next 3 months. We are talking about something like that, and then he says that when you're a kid, you have like parents or adults who think for you. So most times you don't ask yourself this kind of deep questions like, what is the purpose of my life? Why am I here? What am I doing with my life? Like, what will tomorrow be? And what is going to happen with my life? And I've been forced to think about, to ask myself those questions, considering that I'm done with law school, and some of the things that I wanted to do didn't happen. I wanted to move out of the country, but my visa got some problems, so now I'm stuck in my own country, and I have to still figure out how to still make it if I'm not outside of my country, because that's where I had most of the hopes. So usually, man, that's how the people say, like, that's how life usually works. Um, and I've also seen a quote which says that life is what happens to you as you're making plans for life. So having to stay like in my country and living alone, doing most of the things alone, I made a video about leaving your home or leaving your family or moving away from your city. And because if you never live at home or move away from your city, you never know what you could become or what you would become. And staying alone most times, I work remotely, so I don't get to meet people at work. Um, you get to ask yourself out of different questions, and most times when you don't have the answer, it's kind of stressing and sometimes depressing, because as people, I think we like certainty, like waking up tomorrow and knowing, like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to do this, tomorrow I'm going to do that. So one day when you wake up and you don't know what you're going to do tomorrow, or you don't know what's going to happen to you tomorrow, um, you find yourself struggling with with that. I know I've been putting in a lot of work on most of the things that I work on, but most days I struggle with trying to find like meaning or I mean some days I think I know the meaning that I have to do or um, Jordan Peterson talks about that finding meaning in your life you have to take on some responsibility, and I have taken on some responsibility. First of all, being responsible for my own, and also being responsible for like my family, considering that I'm the oldest son. So, I mean, what I wanted to share is that along your self-improvement journey, you will pass through this phase called existential loneliness. Um, I don't know, maybe even if you had a girlfriend I don't know if you would still feel this way, but I had a girlfriend, so I still felt this way. Um, Maybe it was part of the breakup. I can't seem to tell that. But one thing I know is this will be a phase that I'll get to talk about someday, saying that I passed through this phase. And every time I'm going through something, I always remind myself that it will pass, like all things pass. And another thing I remind myself is to give everything like time. As long as whatever you're going through doesn't stop you, um, because you can still be sad, you can still be depressed, you can still feel like shit, but and still get things done. Andrew Tate says that that's what they call being a man, and that's one thing I've adopted on this self-improvement journey. And something that I've also talked about is to never let how you feel detect the kind of duty that you have to work. So every time I wake up, whether I'm sad or I'm happy, I know like, oh, I have to do the work, and I also have to go to the gym. I have to meet friends. I have to do things because the human mind or the human body or a human being was not made to stay idle. And every time you're idle, I feel like it gives space to be attacked by different kinds of ideas or different kinds of negative things. So I'm always trying to be like, whether I'm sad or not, or I'm happy or not happy, I still have things to do, and I'll do them. Because if you only went to the gym the day that you are happy or you're feeling like strong, or if you only did the work on the day you feel like, oh, now I'm happy today, I can put in the work, then I think it would be less work put in. Yeah, so I don't know what you're struggling with if you're watching this, but along this self-improvement journey, I think that's something that I've been struggling with for a while. But I also kind of like love it in a way that most of the times you'll be alone. I think most of the time, even if you can still even be with people, but still like be alone in your mind, and most times it's kind of like fucks up your mind. But I think to discover who you really are, because most times people will come and go, but I believe if you learn, or I learn how to be by your own self, even if people come and go, you will always have yourself. And the final thought also I wanted to tell you guys, if you're watching this, is to this quote from Friedrich Nietzsche. He says that to whom do I owe the biggest apology? Because no one has been so bad to me, no one has been so worse to me, than no one has wronged me than I have wronged myself. So I feel like most times I'm so hard on myself, and I don't give myself a break. Um, Maybe because I like to set high standards, and usually when you set high standards and you don't achieve them, then you beat yourself down. But also one thing that I've learned from Jordan Peterson is that oh, I'm cooking milk and it's going to go up. Let me see. Yeah, I'm back. My milk was going to power down. So yeah. So Friedrich Nietzsche talks about like, to whom do I owe the biggest apology? No one has been so hard, or no one has been worse on myself than I've been to myself. So most times, you have to be kind to yourself to know that some things will work out and some will not work out. But as long as you're alive, then you'll find ways to still get on with life, even though some things might not work out. This is the same message that I would have taught, that I would always tell myself. Or sometimes you hear people saying, what would you tell your younger self? I think it would just to, yeah, be kind to myself, because I've been very, very worse to myself. And random people on the internet, or random my friends have been so kind to me than I've been to myself. And that's the lesson that I'm learning now, to be more kind to myself. And yeah, so if you're watching this, you also have to be kind to yourself. Don't be the worst enemy to yourself, because it will always be you versus you. This is something that most people talk about, but I'm getting to live it. And yeah, so my name is Kwasa. I think my milk tea is done. I'll have some milk and sleep. Maybe someday, people will look back and watch these videos, or maybe myself even 2 years from now, or maybe a year from now, I'll look back on this video, and yeah, I will reminiscence about this time. So my name is Kwasa, and I will see you in the next video.